I was interested in personal development and manifestation for more than a decade now. And I read hundreds of different books, and I took various programs, and I looked at teachings from different teachers from all across the world. But only after coming to the teachings of the ancient Upanishads and Vedanta, I understood the true essence of reality, and I understood how futile personal development is. Now, don't get me wrong here. Of course, personal development works, and improving our personality will create a better life for us. But these teachings on personal development, law of attraction, and manifestation are very limited, and they look at a very tiny spectrum of reality, and they don't go deep enough to show us what this reality actually is. So in the three parts of this video, we will understand the approach that we need to take to go beyond personal development teachings to truly master the nature of reality in order to achieve our true potential and in order to live a conscious, abundant, and a fulfilled life. The Adhvaitha channel is about conscious living and conscious creation. Here we explore Vedanta and various spiritual teachings from ancient India to understand the nature of reality and to consciously create our lives. So make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel to support our efforts. In part 1, let us discuss what personal development is and what are its demerits. So personal development, as the name itself suggests, is about improving our personality. It is about improving our thinking. It is about working on our mindset and creating a positive mindset so that we can achieve some positive results in our life. And different teachers and different trainers use different methods, different tools and techniques to work on our attitude, on our limiting beliefs, on our worldview and our self-view, so that we can craft a life which is in congruence with our goals and our vision. This is what personal development is. But what is missing here? Why is this not sufficient for absolute fulfillment? And why does this not work for everyone? This is what we will look at now. Now, personal development programs and teachers make use of a very simple principle, which is the personality creates the personal reality. However we think, however we feel, and the type of belief systems, the type of worldview and self-view we hold at the deepest level, such a kind of a life we live. And such a kind of a life we manifest for ourselves. And this is the fundamental essence of manifestation, law of attraction teachings, and personal development. But this teaching by itself is extremely limited. This teaching does not go into the spiritual reality. They don't even talk about the nature of reality and the nature of self. And these teachings mostly focus on superficial goals and materialistic attainments. Not that there is anything wrong with it, but only by understanding the true nature of reality and the true nature of self can we actually live an absolutely fulfilled life. This is as per Vedanta. Now, different demerits of these teachings are, first of all, the growth here is linear and it is limited and it is incremental. We cannot see quantum leaps very often. There is only incremental growth when it comes to personality and when it comes to transforming our lives. Second, they don't focus on the knowledge of nature of self or the nature of reality. They don't talk about the spiritual reality of this existence. They only look at the material reality and personality. But there are different layers to our system which are far deeper than our personality. And in fact, personality is just a mask that we wear as per Vedanta. So if just by working on the mask, if you can see so much transformation, imagine what potential we have deep within us. And then these teachings do not work for everyone, and they do not give solution to suffering, and they can never provide absolute fulfillment and joy in our lives. Now, whereas the goal of the teachings of Vedanta is Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti and Paramananda Prapti, which translates to absolute freedom from suffering and attainment of absolute fulfillment and bliss. And none of these teachings on personal development, law of attraction can promise us this. In part 2, let us understand the nature of reality and the nature of self as per the ancient Upanishads. In his famous work Nirvana Shatakam, in the final verse, Adiguru Shankaracharya talks about the nature of self. Here he says, Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa vibhutva cha sarvatra sarvendriyanam nacha sangatam naiva muktirna meya chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. This is a very beautiful verse, and I almost every single day recite Nirvana Shatakam so that I go deep and understand what he was pointing us toward. In this verse, Shankaracharya tells us that that which is me, that which is truly me, is nirvikalpa. It is without any modifications, and it is nirakara, it is formless. And vibhutva cha sarvatra sarvendriyanam means it is all pervading and it is infinite and it empowers the senses. And later on he goes on to say, Nachas sangatam naiva muktir na meya. I am not attached to anything, but nothing is free from me, and that which is truly me is boundless and it is limitless. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am the nature of pure consciousness and bliss, and I am God. So Shankaracharya tells each and every one of us that in our truest essence, we are one with God. We are made in the image of God, and we have that infinite potential within us. And only when we understand this knowledge and digest this knowledge can we attain absolute freedom, fulfillment, joy, and be free of suffering. And also, when we realize that our nature is infinitude and absolute abundance, we lose our scarcity mindset. All the limiting beliefs are at the level of the mind. Once we go beyond the mind naturally transforms and we can achieve things very easily in this world. And as per the teachings of Vedanta, the body and mind is simply a mask that we are wearing in order to experience this reality. But our true nature is boundless and it is infinity. A good way to understand this is through the example of the game of life. Now, you would have looked at these virtual reality headsets, right? Through which one can immerse themselves into a virtual reality and play different games. Now, imagine that this world is similar to that. This world is a virtual reality projection and it's a simulation, and you are using this body and mind to play the game of life and to experience this world. In reality, you are not the headset, you are not this body and mind, but you are the infinite consciousness which is the creator of the game, who is the game also. So you are the infinite game and you are the creator of the game. But right now, you have identified yourself with this tiny headset or an instrument through which you are playing the game, and you have identified yourself with the avatar of the game, which is currently experiencing the simulation. This is how I have come to understand Vedanta, and this has helped me overcome a lot of insecurities, a lot of limiting beliefs to truly pursue what I want to do in this life. In part 3, let us talk about going beyond the personality. In the previous section, we understood the nature of reality. We also looked at the example of the game of life. So our nature is infinitude. Our nature is not our personality. I am not my personality. I am not my body and mind. I am right now identified with my body and mind. I am right now experiencing this world through my body and mind. But the body and mind is not who I am. It is what I have. This is what we need to realize. This is a very important point that we need to grasp. And we need to realize that since the entire universe is an appearance in consciousness, since the entire game is within us, we don't have to crave for anything. We don't have to be obsessed with anything. We don't have to attain anything as such. But if we want to pursue our passion, our purpose, in order to do something in this world and in order to contribute, we can definitely do that. But this takes off the pressure and this takes off the obsession and stress. Only by understanding, at least even intellectually or conceptually at first, who we are, can we go beyond stress forever. Like how we looked at the example of the game of life. Now imagine that you are actually playing this game and you are wearing this virtual reality headset and you are immersed in a simulation. Now within the simulation, you have become so involved that you think that you are that character of the game who is playing the game. And whatever happens to that character, you are physically feeling the pain and you are suffering. If the character loses a point, you are stressed. If that character wins and levels up, you are happy. It is because of your identification with the character. But once the game is over, nothing is truly over. You just remove the headset and go on with your life because you were never the character. This is how we need to understand the reality. All our limitations are because of our identifications with this limited identity. Once we identify ourselves with infinity, we experience abundance and we experience bliss. And this is what the ancient Upanishads point us toward. And one of the best tools to actually start living this is meditation. And I strongly recommend to each and every one of you, keep 5 to 15 minutes a day for meditation. This does not have to be a intense, complicated process. Just sit by yourself, close your eyes and witness your breathing for 5 minutes to 15 minutes, for however long you are comfortable. Slowly, we will begin to create a gap between our thought process and who we truly are. And slowly, the knowledge of these Upanishads will become more and more obvious to us. And we had made a video which was a 48-day challenge for conscious living and to take this knowledge and to apply it in our lives. If you are interested in this, you can check out this video next. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and I'll see you on the next one. If you liked the video, check out this next and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you and welcome to our community.